Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Leigh?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch Brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Leigh.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch Bunch.
Right then. Hello everybody. Hi everyone and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Leigh. We are the Munch Bunch UK. We've got the lighting right. Hope you're all right. You're here.
All right on the night. I did not know that. We put vinegar on.
Yeah, but obviously I don't know what you want. But anyway, Leigh, tell them what we have on the menu.
We have cheese pastrami grills.
With beef as well.
With beef and pastrami for Aim, just pastrami for me, cheese grills. If you want to see how I made it, go check out our other channel where I put all the cooking videos. We've got a bowl of gravy over here for dunking in. I'll be doing that, I don't know if Aim will. And a full bowl of salad to Aim's side.
There you go.
Yeah, they're good. Apologise for the lights here. We can't really fix it today. But how are we all? But we're good. Are you good, Aim?
I'm great. Yeah. That's good. Messy bugger.
That is too nice. I need something to clean up with.
Oh my god.
My hoodie's for the wash and I'll just use that for now. I didn't bring a tea towel in. I didn't think that far.
So today's Sunday. We had a great live last night.
Will that just sit there without being... Nope, not really well. Just have to keep it there. That works.
I don't mind just doing that.
That's alright.
I don't irritate.
You won't irritate me. Yeah, so I hope for everyone's well. We had a great live. And I'm not too hungover, which is always a bonus.
It was this morning now.
I wasn't that bad though, because usually I'm not like alert until about 4 o'clock. Today I was up and about by like 11:30.
That doesn't sound good. Sorry.
It's alright.
Just trying it with a bit
We
of
might
garlic.
need to move it on your side though, or something. We'll figure it out as we go along. What's everyone been up to? What you up to today? Let us know in the comments. You having a good day?
Did you know there's such a thing of people, and I have this a little, that have anxiety over messy food?
I'm the same. You know I am.
You don't do much of a good job of making that anxiety win. In the respect that 90%... He came up this morning, guys, from last night's supper already. He's much.
Yeah, I was eating that at 4 o'clock in the morning in the dark. No, I hate... I knows this. I can't be doing with getting my hands messy and stuff when I eat food. Not a fan at all of getting food on my hands. Just like in with bacon and stuff, you got to put your hands in and get it all. Nope, thank you. I'll leave that to the professionals.
This is what stresses me out. Like, I like the gravy on it, but then it drips all down the side.
If you've never had pastrami before, because I haven't had it until we start this channel, you should really try it. With the cheese on melted, it's next level good.
It really is. I can only begin to imagine what them cheese steak things are like.
We had snow again today.
Just a bit.
But I'm getting irritated now with the snow. I want, like, let's just have all the snow we're going to have in one go. So if it's 10 foot, 50 foot, whatever, give it all in one go, in one day, and then we can move on. Don't give me snow, and then 2 days later sun, and we get used to the sun, then the snow comes back in. It's no good. It's slippy as hell out there.
So many of our subscribers, they want the snow.
So many of our subscribers probably have kids that like the snow, and our tea loves the snow. But she went to the shop before, she slipped over. And it got me thinking, because I went down to Lidl before for some of this stuff. What the hell, when, you know, like say, if you slip in Lidl, you can put a claim against Lidl. If you slip on the roads, how the hell can you put a claim against snow? And can you do it? I reckon people have tried before. I reckon they have. And I think you should be allowed to, because snow is bloody dangerous. And if you end up slipping and hurt yourself and can't work for a few months, who's going to pay your wages?
It is really thick, like here, like, honestly. And some people I've seen earlier, they're sleeping all over the place. It makes you like anxious. Pass us up, please. I probably will.
Sorry, because the microphone's literally... We're using a different microphone and setup today. So it might sound a bit different, unfortunately.
Where is the other one?
In the cupboard. In that, with the other fan was pointing at us all.
No, but his mum, like, fell once years ago. And she said to me, like, she's got anxiety to do with that. And also, it's also like association anxieties. And it's how, for instance, like, if you've had something bad happen in a specific place, like my mum fell on a couple of stairs in her house. And she had, like, anxiety for such a long time that she went going up and down the stairs. It's funny what can trigger off things, isn't it, really? But with the snow. I mean, when we was in school, well, my school anyway, they'd say, oh, you can't come in if it's certain bad weather.
I had it one time in primary school. We didn't really used to get a lot of snow where I'm from. I think maybe they did, but maybe I was just hidden from it. I don't remember much snow as a kid.
Your mum said nothing a lot. But my dad, he had to traipse through it all. To get to work, you know.
Where my uncle lives, he lives in Yorkshire. Where he used to live back in the past in Hebden Bridge. Terrible for snow. We used to travel there quite often to go and visit. And if it'd been snowing, because it's high ground, mountains, hills aren't waffle. Really snowy. I've even
Bad
got a
floods as well.
T-shirt. My bad.
His house got flooded, didn't it?
Yeah, we live right next to a canal. So like when the canal water rose, I think it's a canal. Yeah, it was a canal.
Yeah.
It was like a river. It was a river used to run through that canal. Sorry, and the river would rise and fill up his cellar. I was going to say fill up his sewer.
His house was like picturesque type thing, wasn't it? So nice looking.
Really nice.
So when you at a first glance, you're like, oh yeah, I'll buy that. But then obviously, you don't take it when the riverbanks burst, and then he couldn't sell it because of that exact reason.
Yeah. People are like, anybody moving in there, mate, for that price when it could be flooded every couple of days.
Yeah, but I think you can have the cellar like.
I don't know. It was just knackered. They used to put sandbags down there and everything to try and stop it. But I went down to Lidl before and there was a little girl there. She must have been about 3 or 4. She was with her mum and dad walking into the shop. And she'd rolled herself a snowball. Decent sized one. Probably like bigger than I could probably about hold it in my hand. And she was holding it in both her little hands. And she was about to go into Lidl. And I said, you can't take the snowball in, whatever her name was. She said, Mummy! Now you got to leave the snowball out here. She said, Mummy! Why don't you take my snowball? And she had, the mum took it off and just popped it on the ground, like near this wall. I hope it's still there when she come out.
Oh. It's so cute, like the kids playing the snow. There was one with a sledge who had been coming past before.
Yeah, a little sled. It's fun until the mum slips on her face pants and breaks her nose, then she's not laughing anymore.
It was actually extreme.
If it happens, she can't put a claim against the snow. Who do you claim against? And the reason I was thinking that, because I was on the toilet the other day, just sitting there reading my book. I was just chilling, reading my book. My phone rings, a number I don't recognise, like a +4 whatever, and I was like, who the hell's this ringing me at this time of day? It's like 2 in the afternoon. Hello? No one there at first, like, hello? I was getting irritated now, because I don't want to say hello twice, that's a waste of breath. I'm like, hello? 3rd time. And then it tones in this voice thing. Hi, I'm Susan. Susan something, I think her name was. I'm calling from Claims Direct. Have you had an accident recently?
They're not even there anymore.
No, it was just a bloody answer machine thing. I was like, Susan, F off. I'm going to the toilet. And hung up on her.
I mean, it's that bad, these call places, that it's now like just some woman recorded.
Yeah.
What are you meant to respond with? Alright, sir.
Then you'd leave them your number, I guess, and a real person would call you back if you've had an accident.
It's the ones when they go, I know you had that car crash 2 weeks back. My mum will go, oh yeah.
Bloody stupid. But I was looking in, I was in Lidl, and you have the newspaper stand there as I was walking. I've gone to the front of the paper. It's on the Mirror, or one of the newspapers today, it was on. That's what I was going to talk about today. Do you remember the bloke? Levi Belfield, his name. Do you remember the name?
Isn't he the shooter?
He was a serial killer, he was. He killed that Millie Dowler when she was like 13. Girl, she had like sort of brown, shoulder-length hair. She went missing for a long time. They found out anyway, he killed her. As well as quite a few other people. Do you know he's been offered, this is what I want to talk about, it's crazy, this is, he's been offered the vaccination before like elderly people and vulnerable people around the country. They really need it.
I take it that's because he's in prison with a load of people.
Well, him and a lot of inmates have been offered it.
They will do, because regardless of what they do, I guess it's because it's in the same building and it'll
just
spread.
listen to that though.
I know what you're saying. It's an
serial killer is going to get a vaccination before our grandparents or your grandparents.
No, but what I'm saying is that's the reason, isn't it? Because they're all under the same roof, though.
I don't know. It's pretty disgusting if you ask me.
The only thing is with that, he will be in prison with some people who've done next to nothing crimes, I'm presuming.
Mm.
If he isn't vaccinated and you get someone who's in there, okay, still a crime, but nowhere near like deserving to what he should be getting. What if he gets it and then passes it on to...
Well, I'm assuming at the minute they're not having visitors in prisons. I wouldn't have thought they were having that right now.
It's probably the staff, isn't he?
Mm. Well, I reckon you could probably just COVID test the staff. I don't know, I just see something really wrong with it. And
Yeah, I do.
just in general, like, it got me thinking, like, oh, that's a good topic of conversation for a video. Like, in this country, I think we're quite lenient when it comes to prison sentences. In terms of, like, we don't have the death penalty, obviously, which, rightly or wrongly, a lot of people don't think we should have it. And it could go wrong. If you had the death penalty, you could, like, get people sent for death row, so to speak, who really don't deserve it.
That's the only thing, isn't it? Like, you get sent to death row. What if you are actually, like, telling the truth? I don't even know.
Well, it's a risk you're going to take, isn't it? You're going to have to take that risk. But
me?
you think about killing somebody. You actually, I mean, there's manslaughter, so it can be a car accident or something. It's not necessarily your fault. It's a complete accident. I don't think then you should get such harsh sentences, because anyone can have an accident like that.
I think personally the death sentence should be done, but in another respect, is that not giving them a way out?
Well, what is a way out in the respect that some people, you know, if you have a child, we've got ours here, and you bring that child into the world, like I and Quint did, and you bring it up, or you look after it, you clothe them, you feed them, you love them, you're there for all the cry, all the tantrums, all the tears, all the boyfriends and girlfriends, all the relationships, and all that stuff. And they get married and they have kids of their own, and then some horrible bastard comes on and just kills them.
Don't.
Yeah, just for this, you're actually ending a life. You're not just ending one life, are you? You're ending a whole family's lives with that person. And then, like, some countries got really wrong, like really dodgy countries. I won't even say where, but some countries, like, they use the death penalty for anyone. Like, you talk out against the government and that's it, you can be shot. And it's like, there was a bloke who was an Olympic wrestler. I don't know what country it was, so I can't say. And
You told me about this.
he was just helping, like a peaceful protest. There was no trouble. He was arrested, and to make a point, they killed him. The government did. But
What
in the
nationality was him?
He was from that country, that's what I'm saying, but I don't know what the country is. I don't want to get it wrong.
What would be the circumstance if they was from another country?
So, I guess that country could step in.
What do they call it now? The embassy, isn't it?
The government could step in maybe and try and broker a deal or something, I don't know.
What you meant. Do you agree with the death penalty or not? Because that's what the ultimate question you want to ask, isn't it?
Depending on... I agree with it in this... I don't think you should have, like, you know, hundreds of people every year being killed or anything daft like that. But like Levi Belfield, who killed a young girl and a lot of other people... The one, that other one, what's his name now? Ian Huntley. He was a caretaker or something at school and he killed them 2 young girls. Stuff like that. Then, yeah, the bloke, I mean, that was a terrible one, the one in Derby. I remembered his name before. Philpott. Something Philpott.
Oh, I don't know that one.
And him and his wife. It was mainly him, I think, from what I know, because I think she's out now under a false identity, or like a new one. They killed their 5 kids. They started a fire with the kids in the house and killed them all.
I remember that.
And he did it on purpose. It wasn't an accident.
Let's take it back though to the time of like Fred and Rose West, Moira Hindley, and what was his name?
Liam.
No.
Not Liam, I was going to say Liam Brady. He's
Ian Brady.
Ian Brady, that's the one. Liam Brady was a former footballer. Sorry, Liam.
Yeah, I mean, that annoys me. I don't think it was Rose, I think it was Moira Hindley, wasn't it? She started having relationships in prison and stuff like that, and I think, well...
People get their rocks off being married to these people.
No, but... Like, for instance, like, if you get life imprisonment and you're a woman or a man, and you happen to turn the other way with another life sentence person in the same prison, you've got it made, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
Because you shacked up with your partner 2 doors down, so to speak.
I've never been to a prison, I've got to be honest. But we've known people who have been, like we got a friend, someone we knew, spent some time in prison for something or other. Sorry.
I've known a fair few.
And you can have, you know, Jim, for instance, who got done for, like, not paying his parking tickets over and over again. And you could be locked up there with all sorts, you know, from rapists to murderers to this and that. I think that's a bit of an odd one. Like, it freaks some people out. I mean, like, Christ, you'd be intimidated going to a prison like these hardened criminal people when you're like, what the hell? I just want to go home to my missus. I've got another 4 months of this.
But I think what my point is, like, for instance, like, they really went to town, didn't they? Ian Brady and Moira Hindley. Was it on the moors? They buried the you know. And then she's got in there. All of a sudden, which is whatever, that's up to her. Chosen, I reckon, to accept the fact that she's going to be in there for life. So then she starts a female relationship, meets a woman.
This is what happened.
She was having, like, relations with women.
I wasn't sure about that. I never heard that.
But the point that I'm trying to make
He
is...
starved himself to death, didn't he? Ian Brady.
If you... Yeah, but obviously what I'm saying is if you've met someone in there and they're, like, lifetime people, you're going to be all right, aren't you? Because you're getting your 3 meals a day. You're seeing what's around down the road there.
Julie.
And she's probably got some friends in there now because they're all the same type of people.
Oh, yeah. To get to, I think, I'm probably wrong on this one. I'm pretty sure she got into, like, painting and stuff. Like, I think it was Moira Hindley. You like, can buy a painting.
No, that's Charles Bronson.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm probably mixed up with him.
Yeah.
There we go, it's less hassle.
But,
so,
in that respect, now I don't think that it's acceptable for her to have had that lifetime in that. I don't.
Do you agree? So, let's say, for instance, that Moira Hindley and Ian Brady, back in the day, they were the couple.
Yeah, I think that you have to have people who do things to the extremities under the death penalty.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And obviously, it's not for everyone. So we would like your opinion on this, because you can, well, we'll take constructive criticism or a conversation back and forth in the comments. Not everyone agrees with it.
I just put myself into the parent mode, and...
Or maybe if the parents had an option, because some parents, like you say, might want them to suffer for the rest of their life. Maybe, like, give them the option, like, you can have their life, and life means life, they never get out ever, and they won't have all these privileges like Xboxes.
I'm telling you now, if someone hurts here, I'm going after him with a machine gun. I don't care. I'm not interested in the slightest of any other opinion of, like, the courts and jurors. That's exactly what I'd want to do.
Yeah.
I'd do a lifetime for her. If anyone a hair on that kid's head, I'll tell you something now. It's like an instinct that you'll never know, isn't it?
Well,
like,
parents know it, don't they?
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But what would you, like I said, do you think that's an option now? So, like, you lose your baby, or your child. Even if they're an adult, they're still your child. Even if your son or daughter is killed when they're in the 50s, still your child. If they're killed, though, by somebody who's gone out their way, like, purposely done it, or planned it, or whatever. Anyways, sorry, we're not laughing at the conversation, we're laughing at something that's happened over there. Yes. What? Do you think they should have an option, like the parents? like death penalty or life imprisonment, and that means life. Because I think that parents do think like, you know, they're going in there, they've got all these, you know, privileges and stuff, and they get to go out and work here, there, and everywhere and stuff like that. I'm not saying people, nice, normal people who just accidentally killed someone, which happens every day. I don't think they should be locked up for life anywhere near. But
no, I'm on about intentional killing. Not like that, you know, that true crime one that you know.
Yeah.
Here's another one now. Some people they just need their comeuppance, so to speak. And I don't think the severity of our justice system is enough for the type of people that think it's okay to run around with machine guns or kidnapping children and killing them. Is then, okay, you're locked up for what? How long's life now?
I don't know. I know they don't do a lot of time. Like the blokes, there was 4 blokes, weren't there, who was in on that. You remember the lorry about 6 months ago, whatever it was, and they had the immigrants in there. I think they were Malaysian or something, I could be wrong on that one. And they were found dead, weren't they, all suffocated. I don't know, there's like 50 of them in there, so something like that.
It was 39.
39, oh, that's very accurate, I didn't know.
I don't know, I know it was like 30, you know.
Well, anyways, they're going to age or numbers.
No, like the end of it.
Right.
Like, how do you say that?
Wow.
Like, close to 40, but after 35, so it's like late 30s, but that...
I'm not on about his age, aren't there people in there?
That's what I mean. There was about 30 odd something.
Right, okay.
In the later part of the 30s.
Yeah, we can't really laugh at this situation. But anyways, they only got like 13 years, or at least 13 years, it said. So they could do 13 years one day, and they're responsible for the death of God knows how many people. I'm not saying they should get death penalty necessarily, because they can go out there and stab someone over and over again, or some of the other odd stuff we hear about.
I just think personally some people get away, literally, the same with murder.
But then on the same hand, there's young kids that who do it, who like might kill someone, and they're like messed up, they're under the influence of drugs, or friends pushing them, go on, you got to go and do this, you got to go and stand up for yourself, and they do it, and then
Like I said, I think it's all circumstantial, but at the end of the day, again, and I'm going to say this, if a teenager killed Tia, I couldn't care less. At the end of the day, it's out. You don't go around killing people. 18 or 18, you don't do it. It's just something that isn't acceptable.
I've had yours.
You haven't?
I have. I was wondering why I could taste bloody beef.
What's this say?
That's just pastrami. That was my one.
For God's sake.
Sorry, I didn't know when to do that. There's some beef left.
I'll leave that one then.
I
don't like the yeah.
Oh, God.
You've enjoyed it though, haven't you?
Not as much as I enjoyed my first one. I was like, why does this taste different to the last one I had? Oh, for God's sake.
Because I'll have mustard on mine after with...
That's really irritated me now.
That's really irritated me.
But you can still rectify yours because you're not even eating it yet.
I can't believe you, Leigh, to be honest.
Once I finish it now, you know, it wasn't very nice. The first one was lovely, but this one not so nice.
It was, you gotta admit.
No, I did keep thinking, hang on, what's that odd taste?
Do you honestly think that was not nice?
I was enjoying it, but not as nice as the
With a bit of
first
mustard,
one.
bit of beef, yeah, see?
The first was nice, I promise you. When you have that later, you'll be like, oh my God.
No, I won't, Leigh, because I'll have had beef to that and mustard.
Okay, anyways, we're going to wrap this up in a minute, but you were saying about kids and whatnot, if they do it, then they should...
I think at the end of the day, I'm not saying there isn't different circumstances, but I think if it was intentional, like I witnessed somebody I know, like just stabbed him dead on the floor.
You didn't witness it?
I saw it though virally, and it was somebody I knew. I showed you it.
I know.
Just stabbed by literally. This lad did not give a toss. He just went bam. The lad just. That was it, gone. And I've known this actually with 2 people now. And I just think, no, it's mindless behaviour. It's not right. Like territory gangs and stuff like that. And this lad literally was a lovely lad, and he just was. I think it was just obviously hearsay of this and that, and then they just got him in broad daylight, took a knife. That was that, gone.
Do you think sometimes it's a case of we see like murders every day, don't you, in films, TV, like every single show you watch, unless it's a kids program or a comedy, there's someone being shot or killed. And it's just like second nature. Now he's gonna die now. It's just like makes it a bit more like what's the word?
Predictable.
Well, waters it down it like life. Oh, that gives the people, not us two, but people who have killed or want to kill or whatever, the idea to go and do it. And like,
I know. I've heard before. You know, like some of these games that you can have that are like, like shoot. You got a gun, set of guns. You got ammunition on you. You got this. That, and I've heard sort of like scenarios. Oh well, I played this game and it gave me the idea to go and do it. So I went out there and do it. It's like that man who was dressed as the Joker, who went into the cinema and shot people in America. And he said that was because he liked the idea of being, I don't know whether it was Heath Ledger or whatever, but he just liked the idea of doing that.
It happened also in Sweden, I think it was. I read about this ages, a few years back now. I think it was in Sweden, and there was this kid, and he was pissed off at all his mates. I say mates, like people in his class, and they'd done his head in really badly. So one day, he blamed it on GTA, I think. So,
I seem to remember something along those lines.
I played a lot of GTA, give me the idea. I was really pissed off at my school mates and my teachers. He went into his school, watched a documentary on it, and he just shot up a load of people.
That's the thing now, isn't it? It's like, you know, if you're sort of mentally unstable, you know, if you're mentally unstable, then surely there should have been something in place, because those sort of games can be influential to people who have got certain issues. But then again, if it wasn't known that he had issues, who knows? I think the most hard situation is like I told you the story of that Catherine Knight, and if you don't know it, watch a stir fry video. That it will be out by
it's out by now.
So watch that. But she went around killing her husband, skinning him, eating him, whatever the case. But what's the fine line between psychopath, personality disorder is what she turned out to have, or serial killer who just loves the thrill of the kill, if you will? You know, like a hunter. You know, they go out like and they get the thrill with like the trophy hunting and they hang a head on the wall. It's the same with people in some like serial killers. They sort of get a buzz, don't they, on going round.
Some of them will take they call it a trophy, though, and they take like an item or whatever.
Yeah, there was someone like organs, put them in jars.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, this happened, but this was like within the last 10 years.
Crazy.
I just think that it's a really, really awkward situation, because there's so many stipulations, isn't there, to like sentencing, and you've got to have tests, like psychiatric evaluations. Is it a case of you was peer pressured into doing it when you was a kid? Is it a case of you just literally want to go around and kill people because you were that sadistic? How do you differentiate truth from
fiction?
Yeah, because you're going to have people going like, you know, I'm mentalist and I can see. There's so many people who've done that.
That's where the problem is, isn't it? When we say, oh, bring the death penalty back, whatnot. If somebody is mentally, mentally, what did you say? Ill. I couldn't think of the word, sorry. Mentally ill, and they can't have no control over their thoughts, like demons, like they say in their head, just telling them over and over again, you got to do this, you got to do this, and then they go and do it. Can we then turn around and say, right, that's it, you need to be killed?
But there's circumstances like that, though, in childcare. However, when I say that, I mean, you know, like these safeguarding situations in the respect of, don't hand that child back to those parents, because we do have an inkling that they might hurt the child, but we'll do it anyway. And then it's come out that the child's dead because they let the child go back to these people, and they was sort of under the watch, and then it happened anyway.
Yeah, I got you.
So if you are made aware of someone with, you know, psychiatric problems, when you release that person into society, I think there needs to be some more care taken of that person, rather than just being put into like a flat, saying that they can have an appointment with a social worker once a week. And then, next thing you know, he's gone and bought a bloody gun and shot a load of people. Or her.
A lot of them get what they're called, into it, where, I forgot what the word is now. But basically, it's in Shawshank Redemption, there's this elderly bloke and he can't handle it. And he gets out of prison. He's been there for like 50 years. And basically, that's all he's ever known.
Yeah.
And he goes and hangs himself because he just can't handle being out in the real world. And that probably happens to a lot of people, but that has not to do with like death penalties. And we'll go off the subject.
Last one thing, I can understand with that, because if you are like somebody who used to get the thrill so much from, it's like anything actually, it's like an addict, isn't it? If you used to be an alcoholic and then you are put in a position 30 years later that you're in a bar full of drink, you're going to get a trigger. If you're one of these people who was a really strong heroin addict and then you are in a room full of the best heroin going, you're going to want it. If you are a serial killer who's addicted to murdering people, you're going to come out of prison. You can't tell me that thoughts don't ever pass ahead. I'm on about a serial killer now, not just one murder. But there was this situation, and following on from what Leigh said about that man in Shawshank Redemption, about he committed the crimes and he was in prison so long that when he came out he couldn't handle taking his own life into his own hands. There was a man that I read about and he had cancer for like, I want to say 25 plus years. And it was like ongoing and ongoing. And he lived every day with the worry and the stress of cancer. That one day they miraculously cured this man. And when they cured him, and he sat there in his home and he was like, I've got nothing to worry about. I haven't got cancer. He wished the cancer back. Not in a nasty way, but because it gave him routine and stability, he didn't know what the hell to do without it. Yeah. So I think if you have somebody who's gone along for years, serial killing, and then they do life and they come out at, 70 odd, maybe nothing will ever change with somebody who's got them kind of triggers. If they come out and watch a film, like Halloween or whatever, and then there we go again.
You've got to say, in all fairness, the prison system, because we're not about the prison system here, we're on about the government and the rules and whatever, the laws. But the prison system do a hell of a lot from what I've heard and what I've read to like rehabilitate, way more than they used to do. Like, there's a lot of good programs out there, not TV shows, not programs in the prisons, to get people to talk and understand why they did stuff and to admit what they've done, because when they go in there, they're in denial. And they're quite completely different, completely changed. And I'm all for that. Yeah. But we're talking about the worst of the worst. Like there's proper serial killers who've gone round, killed 3, 4, 5 people, whatever.
Like your Moira Hindleys, your Ian Brady's.
You keep calling her Moira, it's Myra.
Moira. I thought it was Moira.
No, it's Myra.
Moira.
Yeah.
Them type of people, them kind of weird people who, like the one that, was it Derek Bird, his name was? He went round the Lake District or something, shooting him. He went past him in his taxi, your dad did. I can't think if I've got the name right. I'm sure it was Derek Bird.
Derek Bird.
And he went round the Lake District with a bloody sawn-off shotgun shooting people.
I was there, Dad, you're in the Lakes, you're right.
And he went, yeah, he's just passed me in the car. And I was like...
He shot a taxi driver as well.
Yeah, this is what I mean now. Okay, he possibly had psychiatric issues. Nevertheless, he still went and killed a ton of people.
Oh, yeah, and then... Again, I don't think you're going to mess around with psychiatric help in that respect.
I think if you are... This is actually the last thing I'm going to say on this. What I do believe is that if you are a murderer who's got serious psychiatric history, or you have been proved to have a problem, then I think that the best route, of course, would be life imprisonment in a psychiatric development. Like a psychiatric prison, hospital, and because if it is that severe, it's not just going to go away.
Oh no, I understand that. I don't know, it's a deep conversation to have, and we ain't got the answers, obviously.
Oh no, it'd be nice to know your opinion though, guys, and we don't mind what anybody's opinion is. It's just be interesting to... As a point of conversation, so to speak, in the comments.
Just don't come in the comments having a widget. Oh, you effing this, effing that. You have a constructive comment and we'll reply to you. Because there will be some people out there, oh, you fucking idiot. How dare you say... There will be one or two. Not our normal people. People who come across the channel randomly. They're like, you want people to be killed for no reason. No, we haven't said that. We're like the worst of the worst. So if you've got something you want to say, please do, and we'll definitely reply to you on this subject matter.
Yeah, but it's a good talking point, isn't it? We should get on the Andrew Marr show, shouldn't we?
We should do. We've got a full bowl of sardine, we ain't even touched it.
I've been nibbling away.
I've not had anything out of that.
I have, and I'll mix it with something after anyway.
Dead colourful as well.
That won't go. That won't be gone left. And I'll tell you what the problem is, why I couldn't eat it. With the tomatoes with that cold, it was hurting my teeth.
Yeah, they come straight
At one point, I was sitting there and I thought, I've got a mouthful of tomato and it was like hurting my teeth. I was like,
That's not good. Right, I'm off skis touch the football. I'm off to wash up, and that's it.
You football mad, you am.
I don't care. It's Man United Liverpool.
Anyway, guys, remember to be kind, remember to be nice, comment, share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell, press the all so you don't miss any future videos. Go and check out our Instagram, go and check out our Munchies Delight channel, go and check out our TikTok, and that's about it. And because Leigh's winding me up like one of them toy dolls who's going to go...
I'm 20 minutes into the match.
Okay, guys, have a really, really lovely week ahead. Goodbye.